Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Week 4 of the Blue Otter League. Today we have your boys Conduit Esports versus Rain Gaming. Java 2000 here again with Ryan M. on the caster desk. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing damn good, man. I'm doing damn good. I'm hoping you're doing damn good as well, Jabba.
Hell yes. Jumping right into the first game, picks and bans here. I was interested to see what we were going to see out of Conduit this match. We got a little bit of the scouting report, and I am glad to see that Kled is on the ban list. The top laner for Rain Gaming has like 150 or so-ish games played this season on Cloud already in the top lane, so good to see that on the ban list, as well as Victor and Morgana. And then on the side of Rain, they ban out the Teemo, the Leona, and the
Interesting.
Ziggs. Yeah, Teemo is not something we've seen, I guess, Squig play very much, assuming that that's a top lane ban, but who knows? I haven't actually looked at anybody's solo queue history or anything, so that might be a troll ban. It might be, a mix-up ban because we saw a handful of those last week, but for now, Teemo is banned, yeah.
Yeah, who knows, man? Maybe he's been spamming it in solo queue and they've been smurfing on it. And Rain Gaming is just like, you know what? We don't want to deal with that. But we see the Trundle locked in. Priority once again for Mr. Kappa Crusader. I think this is probably his most played at this point, right?
So far from what we've seen during the regular season, yes, he's played Trundle at least 2 games every series that we've seen, I want to say. Does very well on it, is really good frontliner, really good engage, even with the pillar, like no real hard CC, but the pillar is just enough when they usually run and engage support like Leona, who obviously they'll have to pivot and pick something else this game since it is on the ban list. But they do well with having that Trundle and a secondary engage point to really force those fights when they want it. And Trundle actually getting nerfed in a patch or two here, so they're trying to let it live long and
Yeah, it gives
prosper
it a little bit more.
while it's good. So in response to that, though, we see the Jhin and the Diana here for Rain.
Yep, so the jungle's picked up, AD carry picked up on the side of Rain, as you said. Be interesting to see if they decide to round out their bot lane with the support pick for their third pick when it comes around. But what are they going to pick? It looks like they're hovering the Veigar. And this is another champion that we've seen quite a bit, Java. Absolutely disgusting damage. Really, really good team fighting. And it's locked in here once again.
Yeah, it looks like Conduit is doing the if it ain't broke, don't fix it type strategy here. Played a lot of Veigar already, played a lot of Trundle already. Something interesting I want to mention, though, as we see the Ezreal hover here and locked in. Something I want to mention before we get too much further. Diana was a prominent mid lane champion here for Rain Gaming, so not necessarily a jungle pick quite yet. If we see the Graves, it probably does push it into the mid lane, and it does. So it's going to be Diana mid instead of that jungle pick like we normally see. So interesting matchup here into the Veigar, I think.
And to be honest, I haven't seen that much of Diana mid since she kind of got moved into the jungle after her recent buff. She has been nerfed a little bit. Clear speed has gone down quite a bit, but Graves also got buffed in that same patch that Diana got nerfed, and he is an extremely aggressive jungler, so it's going to be fun to see that matchup between the Graves and the Trundle and see how that comes out. In terms of the bans, Set gets banned, so Squig will not be playing that, and Gnar also gets banned on the side of Conduit as well.
Yeah, I was going to say Kled and Gnar are the 1 and 2 preferred picks for the top laner here for Rain Gaming, so they're really wanting to get a comfy pick here for Squig, it looks like. Plus, those champions are really good team fight champions. Also, like, not bad in the split push either, so pretty flexible. But Rain kind of answering, they know Squig is really good on the set and is also really good on the Tom Kench, so they're going to go ahead and take both of those away here. And I said there's going to be a Recon ban last year, taking away some of that engage potential. They don't have a whole lot of it on the side of Rain so far. Yes, Diana can go in and land that ultimate, but Diana's pretty good. Is like a secondary engage that we were talking about with Trundle. You need a little bit more out of the team fight to really make that ultimate shine the way it's supposed to. You gotta hold people in place first for Diana to go in kind of afterwards.
Exactly. And I do want to point out, last week, Ipsy was subbing in on the support role, but Ain't Easy Being Cheesy is back into the starting lineup. And with that being said, I don't know how their draft's going to turn out, but I want to see some Blitzcrank just because I'm selfish. All right? This is a guy that hits absolutely every single hook. I don't know what coach is deciding, but I want to see a Blitzcrank in one of these games just because I am selfish. But we see the Zoe locked in. So now things are getting interesting. We see a Diana
Oh,
and a Zoe. So
yeah.
who's going to be going where, Jablo?
Interesting. Yeah, that kind of throws the wrench into the team comp kind of plan I had in my mind here. We do see Alawi coming in for Squig, something else we have seen him pick up in the top lane, really good team fight, and you might get your wish here, and we do.
Let's go! It ain't easy being cheesy. He's back on the Rift and he's back on the Blitzcrank. Let's go! And sorry to cut you off, Jabba. I got really excited, but I also seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Zoe pick might be a Thresh pick instead. Not too
I
sure. Well, I feel like
see.
that might make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I see. I see what you're saying here in the game chat. We see that Thresh is being said here, so that Zoe is actually a Thresh. So we have Thresh Jin in the bottom lane. So there's a little bit more engaged, like we were talking about. The Rain needs to kind of start off fights a little bit more on their terms. They also lock in for their last pick another really strong team fight ultimate in the Kennen here for the top lane.
Yeah, and you pointed it out. You said it beautifully, right? Like Diana's not enough in terms of the CC for that team fighting. So why not throw in that Kennen, right? When you have the ultimate from the Diana, you have the ultimate, the slicing maelstrom from the Kennen as well. It's gonna be a very, very potent team fight. They have the ability to catch people out with the thresh hooks, with the Jin W as well. So I really like the idea from Rain Gaming's comp, but of course Conduit. I mean, look, they're playing the Blitzcrank. I love that. So that's all I want to see.
It's interesting for both team comps here. Like we said, we have two big team fight comps. It looks like big AOE ultimates from Alawi and zone control from Vigar, but not the most like hard CC, hard engage kind of thing. Like there's no Ornn or anything like that on either team. It's two hook
Yeah.
champions and then two champions that kind of want to like get flanks off on people because Ken and Diana are really good if they both take teleport, can look to find those TP flanks to get a good engage off of just strictly off of the surprise factor with that ultimate. So it's gonna have to come down to some interesting gank paths, some interesting TP wards are gonna be the thing that turn the tides in these team fights, I would guess.
Yeah, and one thing I also want to point out as well is no true tank on the side of Rain, right?
Yep.
One would argue that the tankiest member is probably Thresh, if not Graves, once he gets his passive stacked up. And going up against a Veigar, he's going to be able to 100 to 0 somebody real quick if they're not careful. So a lot of targets here. Pretty much anyone that Veigar catches with his event horizon has a potential of just getting instantly bursted.
I'm interested to see if we'll get some interesting interactions with the Vigar cage with a blitz hook pulling someone through and into it. Just because I actually am not 100% sure if Blitzcrank pulls somebody through the Vigar wall. Do they get pulled all the way to Blitzcrank, but then are like stunned when they get there? I would guess.
So I'm thinking that they would get caught in the cage.
Yeah, because it is a knockdown.
Correct.
So
I mean, I hope we find out in this game.
yeah, I'm sure we'll find out. So the team comps have been locked in here for game number 1. We're gonna jump to a short break to wait for the spectator delay, and after a few minutes, we will get into game for game number 1 between Conduit Esports and Rain Gaming. All right, everyone. Welcome back. We are into game number 1 here between Conduit Esports and Rain Gaming. Sorry again for some OBS issues at the start. Should be looking into fixing those in the break time here. But in game here, it looks like Conduit Esports is setting up a level 1 cheesy, it looks like.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. What are they going to do here? Ain't easy being cheesy, leading the cheese. Is he going to hook someone? See Kennen guarding that red. He doesn't know, Pepe Live.
Oh, they see him, and there's the hook.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Gets the hook and gets the kill. First blood goes straight to Kappa Crusader. Ain't easy being cheesy. Starts off the game 1-for-1 with his hooks.
That's interesting. He wasn't standing in the tribe rush to see the team kind of walk up and do that, but then also didn't place his ward either. So there must have been some sort of scouting done in the days coming up to know for Conduit to try and go for that play, because that's like not the weirdest spot for someone to see, but you saw them. They walked through Tribe Rush into the Krug pit, and they were all sitting right there waiting for the Grey Ninja on the Kennen. So they must have had some info that he likes to sit in that bush or something, because that was too perfect to be just like randomly set up by Conduit there.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that coach diff? Is that just team diff from watching the replays? I don't know. But like you said, maybe they had some type of intel, but it definitely paid off well in terms of their execution. They're able to pick up the first blood. It goes on Kappa Crusader, the person who wants to play extremely aggressive, and we'll see what he decides to do with that lead and how that pans out. So we see a little bit of trading going on in the mid lane. JJH just doing a little bit of poke, but he just wants to scale up. And we will see his real damage later on in the game.
Yeah, later on in the game is when we're going to see this a little bit of a lead coming for Kappa Crusader as well, just because obviously that kill gold assist shared to everybody. They don't have a whole lot of time to go back and buy anything, so as you can see, it is a slight gold lead for Kappa Crusader, but he didn't get any items or anything, so they're even for now. But on the first base, he might have early boots and his mythic components or something. We'll have to wait and see exactly what he decides to do with that little bit of a gold lead.
Yeah, just slightly, but still golden lead nonetheless. As Squig is taking a little bit of poke here, actually gets stunned up, and something that you expect to see, right? Melee matchup into Kennen, kind of a lane bully early on, but I'm sure Alawi will be able to regen that back up and slowly be able to hopefully take control of that lane.
Ooh, that's an early gank.
But here's Captain Crusader. Oh, and there's the hook. Ain't easy being cheesy. Able to get KZ Diesel, and KZ Diesel is KZ dead as he goes down to genetics, and he picks up the kill.
It was another really good early gank from Kappa Crusader on the Trundle. We've seen him do it time and time again here, getting in position with that pillar, making it hard for Diesel. Diesel actually used his flash to get away from the Trundle pillar and then got hooked anyway there by the Blitzcrank. So double punishment there. They get the summoner spell and get the kill afterwards.
Yeah, really, really aggressive play, and you like to see it. Cap Crusader already having impact. Like we mentioned, he picked up that first blood, and right off the bat goes straight down to bot lane and puts on that pressure, putting down the pillar, forcing out that summoner spell. Like I said, Jabba, that hook lands, and it's an easy kill.
Easy kill here. Squig might be in a little bit of danger. Emperor on the Graves is here.
Yeah, he is here, and what is Squig going to do to try to get out? He actually has a flash here. Emperor trying to chase him down here. He's attacking the tentacles, and Squig's just going to get out. Has to use his flash. They ping it. He has no summoner spell. Wave is kind of in a bad spot here, but it looks like he gets out with his life for now, which is the important thing.
Yep, they do get the summoner spell, so you can chalk that up as a successful gank, but we're going to have another one here, actually, Kappa Crusader.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Kappa Crusader in the mid lane. Gets the pillar down. Not too much going to come from it, though, as a hook comes out and the knockup comes up from AEZ being cheesy. Flash is going to have to go from Sondly as Genetics tries to go in and tries to finish off the kill as the Ignite is ticking, and it won't take him down because he has a shield. It just throws out that hook to hook a minion. But here comes Kappa Crusader on the backside. He says, this is a dive angle, boy, and I'm trying to dive him, boy. But he just backs up and says, never mind. You know what? Don't want to hit this yet. The wave isn't quite there, and I'm just going to back it up.
Yeah, I was going to say that the minions were getting pretty low there, and the next wave wasn't quite there yet, so it was going to be a scary dive if they went for it. Thresh, pretty hard to dive just because he has, so many tools that are just like so much utility in that kind of situation. Has the hook, has the flay that can hit multiple people, and obviously if he isn't the target, he can lantern the other person out to safety. So it looked good, but they decided to play it safe there, not into the way like you said. They already have a lead in the bottom lane with the summoner spell blown on both flashes on the side of Rain Gaming now blown, and they have a kill already, so they don't need to push their advantage quite yet. Ezreal's gonna be fine to just keep scaling up.
Yep, and it looks like they're trying to get the wave shoved in. Ain't Easy being cheesy takes it back here, so I wonder if he is going to try to make a roam play as we see Emperor doing a little bit of counter jungling here. He goes into the top side jungle, the blue side there. Maybe he might be looking to set up a dive. We see a ping coming out. Will a dive be coming onto Squig? Remember, he has no flash. Poke from the Grey Ninja is coming out, so Squig looking very here. Can Grey Ninja get the wave in? I think Squig kind of has an idea of what's happening, but now look, he is level 6. So keep in mind, if they are going to dive him, he might be able to turn it around. Slicing Maelstrom also online now for the Grey Ninja. How's it going to go? Looks like nothing's going to come from it as another wave comes in and Emperor actually backs out.
Yeah, it would have been a really good dive to go for. I think Squig was pretty low before he hit 6. He actually got a bit of a health from the level up there. Plus, you know, he's a Lao. He just kind of has healing in the kit. So if they would have pulled the trigger like right away when Emperor got there, I think it would have been good because Squig didn't really have that much mana either and didn't have his ultimate. But instead, they took a little bit too long. He was able to heal up just passively and get the level up and his access to his ultimate. And like you said, if they would have gone in after Alawi had access to that ultimate, it would have been really scary. He probably would have been able to turn it around, get at least a 1-for-1, and that's worth in Squig's size there. So Emperor wasting a bit of time just kind of sitting there in the tri-brush, not really doing a whole lot, but he was waiting for his camp stall respawn anyway, so he took the back, went down to his bot side, is going to full clear back up to top, and they can maybe look to make a top lane play again once they get there.
Yeah, and it looks like Emperor's going to be going the pure damage lethality build, picks up that early serrated Dirk, and he is also running the electrocute rune. So it's going to be interesting to see how nasty his damage is going to be. Keep in mind, Squig and Cap Crusader are going to be pretty tanky, but if he is able to land his combo onto Genetics, onto JJH, they're going to get 100-0 in their own right as well, right? So thing to keep an eye on, obviously, Graves is a power farmer. He's going to farm faster than a Trundle, especially without a Tiamat, so that's why he has the gold lead, the CS lead there. And it looks like he's going to be going for top grab and maybe look for a little bit of a jungle invade along the side with Smitty A.
Yeah, there. Squig, it has a collapse, though, and JJH is walking over on the Vigar.
Exactly, but it looks like they turn first and they're able to go immediately onto Squig and get the kill. Emperor trying to go over the wall, but there's this slicing Maelstrom, and there's the Event Horizon. JJH kind of on the outside. Cap Crusader getting low as Grey Ninja trying to get down JJH. Maybe he's in a bad spot. He actually gets bursted, but doesn't go down. And 2 kills go the way over to Smitty A. Double kill for him, and now he has 3 kills. This boy's starting to get fed.
Yeah, this Diana's going to start to get a little scary really, really fast here. Diana really good in these early team fights, had a good ultimate there as well as the damage from the Grey Ninja, got in behind, and it was a 3v2 just because Squig kind of died fairly early, so it was kind of like a 3v1 and Squig died, and then it was a 3v2. So Rain Gaming having the numbers advantage in both of those small fights back to back there, and they're going to take a bit of a gold lead here, about 900 gold or so, but they do get that Rift Herald as well. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, they did not take the Rift Herald yet. They started it, but decided to go back, collect their waves first. But now that Grey Ninja and Smitty A have a bit of a lead there, they can return to that side of the map if they want.
Oh my god, the flash hook, what an absolute beast. Ain't Easy being cheesy, able to set up the kill. Takes it away from Genetics, but it is all good as a wave is about to crash into the tower and make KZ Diesel have to be a little bit sad not being able to pick up that wave. Already down 30 CS and gonna miss another wave as another hook comes out and another kill goes to Ain't Easy being cheesy.
It's actually a Blitzcrank diff here in this game 1 already, man. How
does he keep getting through, Job? How does he keep getting through? But it looks like he gets caught here as Emperor and Smitty A trying to go on him, and it looks like Smitty A is on a rampage. That boy has 4 kills. He's 4-0-0. Sadly, Ain't Easy being cheesy donating that shutdown over to Smitty A.
Yeah, like we said, the Diana's already pretty scary here. Level 8. Has those Mercury treads already, so it's going to be easy lane into JJH here, trying to mitigate the damage from that Vigar here, but he's doing a great job roaming around the map, helping out his team. So we see a bit of a fight here in the top lane, but Squig just hitting ghosts with tentacles here.
Yeah, and it looks like Cap Crusader
Oh,
is
might be
caught
out of
out here.
position.
Flay comes out like, here's Ain't Easy being cheesy, and he just says, "Oh, see ya, buddy. I cannot help you." And Smitty A is unstoppable. This boy is going to be a problem, Java. He
It,
already is a problem.
it already is a problem. Doesn't have his mythic yet. Has those tier 2 boots. He's able to move around the map even more so that than he has been doing originally. Ain't Easy being cheesy and genetics here are the strong ones on the side of Conduit Gaming for now. But like you said, Smitty A is going to become a problem. He's going to be really good in these team fights alongside the Great Ninja here. Even if the Kennen is behind and he's not, he's doing just fine into Squig here on the Alawi. Just being present for team fights with your ultimate up as Kennen is really all you can ask for. Doing damage is just the bonus on top of it. So if he can hold people in place for that Diana ultimate, it's going to be ace after ace here for Rain.
Yeah, and the other thing that I want to note as well, if you're Conduit, then you're not feeling too sad just because all of the gold is essentially onto that Diana. She does have a 500 gold shutdown, which means that if you do take her down, you pretty much almost like neutralize the gold lead just by taking her down. So basically, there's not too much to worry about, but maybe you have to worry about Emperor as that boy is speeding in, and nice E from Genetics. Can he get out? No, he actually gets hit by the Jin W and sets up the kill for Emperor, and he knocks that one down.
It was a really good Graves combo there. It was auto EQ, auto ulti, just giga burst damage, all in the duration of the route there from the Jin, like you said. It was a really good reposition there from Genetics at the start to dodge the hook, but goes down anyway, so that means Rain Gaming is going to be able to pick up this Infernal Dragon here. JJH is in the area, but I don't think he'll be able to steal that. They have the jungler there, so it should be a second dragon picked up here in this game by Rain. We go 1-1, and it looks like we'll have Mountain Soul here for game number 1.
Yeah, Mountain Soul indeed. The mountains will rise, and we do see Cap Crusader on that top side. I thought he might have been cheeky and want to go for a dive, but he's not an enter. He's smarter than that. He's just going to go collect his romp here. As we see JJH looking to reset and more camps being counter jungled here. Emperor, we talked about it. Graves being a power farmer, being that aggressive style jungler. Looks like he's going to be going Eclipse as well.
This is interesting to me. I think if I were to, if I was playing Graves into Conduit's team comp, I would have liked to go the Conqueror with the Shield Bow Bloodthirster build, the Negan build people have called it, just because most of who you're going to be shooting in the team fights theoretically would be the 3 melees, the 3 frontliners of Conduit. So you want that, sustained damage, that healing, so you can be more of a drain tank style champion. Because it's going to be hard to get onto JJH with the Vigar. But it's a good hook on the Genetics.
The hook into the play, into the box, and down he goes. Smitty A is dominating, able to pick up another kill. Really good setup from Sonley. Gets the hook into the flay, into the box. Basic, simple combo, but you know what? Sometimes simple is best.
Yeah, really good setup there from Sonley on the Thresh, and you saw Smitty A was already on his way down. He proto belt flash E forward to get that, but it's another hook.
The lantern is out and the lantern is taken. KZ Teasel says see ya as he's able to get out. As Smitty A getting a little poked out here, not too much actually. He is going to be able to chuck that corrupting pot, able to heal up a little bit, just roams out of vision.
Yeah, Smitty A, you're doing really well on this Diana here now. 6-0, 600 gold shutdown, has the proto belt fully completed as well as the tier 2 boots. So about 1,500 gold lead here. It looks like they're going to get first tower with the Rift Herald, though. Going to neutralize a bit of that gold lead. So Rain Gaming out to a good early lead here. Diana is an issue, like you said before, but they might have a pick.
Nice pillar from Cap Crusader. Flay comes up, but I don't think it's going to matter because Ain't Easy being cheesy gets the hook, and just like that, they're able to pick up a kill. You mentioned it, Jabba. They're able to get that tower as well. But take a look at the CSD in the jungle. I've just been seeing Emperor time after time after time just invading and taking away those camps. I know Cap Crusader is really, really annoyed at that, but you know what? It's not bothering him. He still is able to get things done around the map, able to take some objectives. He was able to take the Rift Herald, as we just seen, was able to pick up that first dragon. So he's still doing things, although he is falling behind a little bit in farm.
Yeah, Trundle is actually like a pretty good champion to play. He can play on like eco for a bit, just because his ultimate is steal stats from your enemy. So if your enemy has more stats to steal, you're still being useful as Trundle. So you're still able to get in there, be a frontline, slow people down with all your abilities. Position people better so they can get hit by blitz hooks, stuff like that. So yeah, it sucks to be down 50 CS. That's actually a lot of minions he's down here.
It's a lot.
Emperor is doing a really good job of just whenever he's on the opposite side of the map as Kappa Crusader and he knows he can see where the Trundle is going, he sees what he's doing, he goes in and steals a camp or two, and that if it's like a camp and that's it every time, it adds up quick. So
Exactly.
Really good job, and that's what Graves can and likes to do, because that's how he gets his lead. So
Yep. It's just small incremental leads, right? As we see genetics getting rooted out here from the W from Diesel, but nothing going to come from it. We see them rolling towards the top side here. Emperor is along with Sonli, and he actually gets vision here on Cap Crusader. Looks like he's going to go on to him. W comes out, and it looks like he's just going to try to burst him down. I think he might be able to. Cap Crusader lands a Q, trying to slow him up and trying to get out of there. But there's genetics. Is he going to live? Is he going to take him down? No! The shield actually comes out from the Thresh and allows him to stay alive, and he's continuing to DPS. But look at the backside. A couple kills go down as a double kill actually comes out for Ain't Easy being cheesy. They trade kills, but overall, is it worth it? I think so. 3 for 2, but they get the shutdown from Emperor to try to even out the gold a little bit.
yeah, that was a crazy fight, actually. Emperor was being really aggressive into the jungle here on Kappa Crusader. You saw, even down, 50 CS, he's, down a kill, down a couple of assists as well. Kappa Crusader does a lot of damage on the Trundle here into Emperor on the Graves, who is this squishy lethality build. And what I was trying to say before, if Emperor is going this Conqueror build with Shield Bow, Bloodthirster, this kind of build, I feel like he can survive a lot longer against the front line. Like Kappa Crusader and like Squig, he can, drain tank, life steal himself back up, and, do a lot of chunky damage with those crit autos, but...
But JJH actually gets caught out here, and actually Zonia's the ulti from Smitty A, which means Smitty A is just going to have to back up here, as Kappa Crusader and Ain't Easy being cheesy are looking to follow up. Dragon is here, so what's going to happen? Smitty A has no ultimate here. Keep in mind that the Grey Ninja does have TP. As Pillar comes out, looks like they're trying to control this space. Do they look to start it up here? I don't know. Squig already down here, so that means that the Grey Ninja is going to have to find a TP angle. There's no wards right now. Actually, there is a ward right there in that brush at the blue. So he looks like he's TPing in, but there's the event horizon. There's the E from Squig. What's going to happen here? Is he going to be bursted out Sonli? No, he is not. But in comes Smitty A, still with no all genetics, able to take down Sonli. A nice hook from Ain't Easy being cheesy, able to stop Smitty A, but the Zonias comes out, and on the backside, genetics gets absolutely bursted by Emperor. Things are looking dire right now for Conduit. 4v3 right now. Emperor really low. He does have smite in order to get that health back when the time comes. Looks like it might be a little bit of a smite fight. Smitty A really low as well. They don't want to give this up. Ain't Easy being cheesy. Super low. JJH below half. Cap Crusader trying to bide his time, trying to go in, and maybe went in a little bit too early as a dragon resets. How unfortunate is that? Emperor is on a killing spree, and Emperor is able to take down the dragon. Kills go out, and it looks like Rain Gaming is in a commanding lead.
It looked really close. You saw they tried to they tried to brute force their way into the river there from that kind of choke point that JJH was holding them in with the event horizon on the Vigar. Once it went down, you saw Smitty A and the Grey Ninja kind of just run forward and try to get as many people in their ultimate as possible. And since they only got 2 for it, and there were still quite a few members from Conduit up after those big ultimates were used, I was thinking maybe that Conduit was going to be able to turn that one around there. They have a bit scrappier of a comp. They don't really need to rely on their AoE teamfight ultimates as much on the Trundle and on the JJH on the Vigar can just burst one person and it's good. So, but really smart kind of after team fighting there by Rain to be able to kind of dodge around, juggle around the aggro of the dragon, not to get too low for the remaining members of Conduit, and they're able to pick up their second Drake of the game there. 2-1 lead for Rain, and a bit of a gold lead as well, as it looks like we're around the second Rift Herald of the game here. If the teams want it, they're going to have to start it fairly quick, because as you see there, we're 19:30 into the game, so it's going to despawn and make room for Baron fairly quickly.
I don't know if they can take it in time, honestly. I think it's about to just disappear, right?
It stays on the map longer if it is in combat, but I think they still started it a bit too late. It's going to probably get eaten up by the Baron here.
As hook comes up from Sanli, actually goes in and has to use the box here and disengage. So maybe not wanting to follow up, and looks like they're unable to take that Rift Herald, and the Baron does spawn. And in the bot side, we'll take a look at what Smitty A is doing. Able to take some more towers down, able to continue to bolster his gold.
Yeah, a bit of a blunder there macro-wise from Conduit, I think. If they really wanted to get that Rift Herald, they had to start it like way earlier. And I think Rain was kind of sensing that, they were kind of feeling rushed and not going to really get it in time, so they decided to have Smitty A just push solo in the bottom lane. He had teleport, so he could join if a fight broke out at all during that, but was smart, and they stayed and got the entire tower, and maybe they can get a kill on Great Ninja.
Yeah, and Great Ninja already using his E, has to slicing Maelstrom here. Actually gets caught up by the Everfrost, and it looks like he's about to go down, and yes, he does. And take a look at the mid lane. Oh my god, Emperor! I was gonna say that balance is not damage. My god, that was so disgusting that my words got messed up. That damage is not balanced, and here's Squig going up against Smitty A, and he's actually winning it out here. Will he be able to get the shutdown? And Squig able to get it, 1,000 gold in that boy's pockets. Able to pick up the shutdown on Smitty A, and he took a fight that he could not win.
Yeah, the team fight champions got a 1v1ing each other. Not exactly where you normally see those two fighting, but Squig has a lot of healing in his kit there, even through the Zanyas of Smitty A. That was actually wild that Squig won that fight. Smitty A has two and a half fully completed items to Squig's one only. I guess Smitty A doesn't have the correct defensive boots to deal with the physical damage that comes out of Squig there. So, but it shouldn't make that much of a difference. And you saw he just absolutely solo lane gapped him there in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and you know what they say when you're facing a Lowry, right? You get hit by that E, you back the hell up. She misses that E, you walk the hell forward. And Smitty A got hit by the E and got hit by every tentacle on the ult, so definitely was not winning that fight there. And it looks like they're able to slowly close that gold lead here. They're still down by a decent amount, but it's not as much as before. 1,000 gold extra into the pockets of Squig. You mentioned it, Jabba, team fighting champion. Squig going to be a little bit stronger for that next team fight that does come around. Inevitably when that next dragon spawns. But so far, so good.
So far, so good. It's going to be pretty interesting. The next couple of team fights, you can see the Grey Ninja and Smitty A both picking up some early anti-healing for the side of Conduit. Obviously, we saw Squig healing a lot in that last fight in the bottom lane. Capra Crusader obviously on the Trundle heals for standing next to things, so they're paying that drain tank tax a little bit, getting the 2 Oblivion Orbs you see in the inventories there. I wouldn't be surprised if Emperor maybe got something else as well, but
yeah, Emperor can go over the wall. Remember that as the pillar comes out. And
has to flash. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually a pretty big cooldown as we see Squig looking to fight the Great Ninja, and he's doing a ton of damage right now. Even with the Oblivion Orb coming out, not really able to do much in terms of affecting Squig's healing, and he's able to just chunk him to almost half right there. And it looks like Great Ninja is going to have to back. Dragon is spawning fairly soon. Great Ninja does have TP. Smitty A does have TP as well. Smitty A is shoving top. Is someone going to have to respond, or are they going to give up that wave?
Yeah,
some support. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it looks like Conduit is forcing down 5-man on this Drake here. Both teleports are coming in. We're going to have a fight over the wall here.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have a fight as the hook comes out a little bit late. Who's going to get it? The blue team gets it. Conduit gets it, but look at the slicing Maelstrom. Absolutely slicing the HP bars of Conduit Gaming. MVP off from Great Ninja. He goes down, but he goes down for a good cause. They're unable to get the dragon, but they are able to pick up some kills.
Yeah, like you said, both team teleports were ready for that fight, and they did get used. Like you said, Capra Crusader holding firm in the middle of all that shenanigans that was going on inside the Dragon Pit, was able to lock down the smite, but like you said, because of the kills that Rain were able to pick up, they are going to look towards an early Baron buff here. Conduit caught in a reset a little bit here, so they're going to be late, but I think they're a little too low to continue, so they're going to go ahead and back off here.
Yeah, that Baron tread's absolutely disgusting, and I do think that if they tried to continue that pressure onto the Baron, then they probably would have just got turned on. They would have been trapped. Now, remember, Emperor doesn't have flash either, neither does Smitty A, so I like the call for them to just simply back out and not into and just play it safe.
A bit of lull in the action here. We can see with that last dragon take, we're tied up 2-2 for both teams. And taking a look at the items here, the Great Ninja on the cannon actually has a fully completed Morellonomicon already. Actually, Smitty A does as well. So they're really leaning into the anti-healing here. They don't want to have to deal with that as much, and it's good for Diana and Kennen to pick it up just because they can apply it to 5 people pretty easily here. So I don't know if they need both of them to have it, but they do have it now.
Oh, but ain't easy being cheesy. Actually gets caught out here slicing Maelstrom once again, doing a ton of work. But the Event Horizon's able to catch out Great Ninja as he goes down. Genetics with the True Shot Barrage in the backside. And look at Squig just drain tanking. Will he be able to stay alive? No, he actually gets hooked by Sondly, but actually lives. W comes out, but it's tanked by Genetics. Squig is able to live. They're able to pick up a kill.
Able to pick up a kill. That was looked like it was a 4v5 there. Smitty A was in the top lane still, not around for that fight, so not able to use that Diana ultimate there in the choke point. But he's gonna get a blue buff for his troubles here. You can see counter jungling in Conduit's jungle. He's gonna go back top lane. Teleport still down, of course, but he's gonna push this wave out and maybe look to make a play around the map now that his ultimate is still up, while all the rest from Conduit except for Kappa Crusaders is down.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, right? You know that the TP is down on the side of Smitty A, and it's one of those things where you're like, okay, we have to fight. We have the numbers advantage. It'd be stupid not to. So let's go in and see what we can do. And they actually almost picked up 2 kills there, right?
It was very close.
Super low. Yeah, he was literally 1 hit from death. So I like the engage. I like the play there, and I like it when teams are behind or when they're not in a commanding lead, and they take those chances, right? Because if not, you just slowly get bled out and you play to your opponent's game. So you have to take those chances and try to make a comeback. As Squig actually caught here in between Emperor and Great Ninja and getting absolutely chunked. We see the damage from Emperor, and yeah, that's not even fair. 2v1, he goes down.
Emperor actually 3 completed items, has an early Guardian Angel here, so he's going to be deceptively hard to deal with in these team fights. Going to have to kill him twice, but it looks like they're going to catch a Thresh here. Might actually be out.
Yeah, the box comes out and he is out of there. But wait, flash hook and nice little sidestep from Sondly as his dancing boots on. His Cap Crusader speeds up, gets the pillar down. He should be able to land a Q, but no, the Flay uses the subjugate for the slow. W actually comes out on the side of Diesel and keeps him alive. Sondly living with his skin in his teeth. Once again, look at his HP bar, and he uses the remote.
The great escape.
Oh my goodness, this is the second time that boy, I don't know, man. Oh wait. Oh, okay, hold on. I thought Janex was going to get caught there. He actually gets out, but my goodness, Sondly lives again.
Lives again. Does take a while. They do a good job. Kappa Crusader and crew do that. They waste enough time. They have to send enough members to help him escape that Genetics is able to free push and get this mid lane outer. So they don't get the kill, but they do get a little bit of map pressure. Ain't easy being cheesy having to use his flash there. They kind of trade mid tower and as well as some map positioning for it. So they're going to take the time to reset here. 3 of them. And run back out for this next dragon that is spawning in 30 seconds or so. Not a whole lot of vision for both teams around that dragon pit as JJH gets a big chunk on the Great Ninja. Does have teleport, so can back and reset. All teleports are actually up for both teams here, so we could split push if we wanted, but we're gonna 5v5 instead here, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's crazy because if JJH was just a little bit further up, I think he could have ulted and taken down the Great Ninja, which would almost make it 100% guaranteed for them to pick up this dragon. But now Great Ninja doesn't have any Omnivamp, right? So he is going to have to stay at that amount of life as Sondly does get hit by the E from Squig. He's going to take some... Oh my god, look at the hook, and Emperor's actually going to have to get out. He's extremely squishy, but the... It's perfect as Smitty A goes in, and Smitty A gets absolutely bursted. Genetics is now on a killing spree. They're gonna have to concede this Drake, Jabba.
Yeah, he goes in on the blast cone. I wasn't sure if he meant to do that or not because he just jumped into 2 people immediately gets stunned up, has to use the Zanya so he doesn't get bursted right away, but the rest of his team isn't really in a position to kind of walk up and try and get him out of there or use their ultimates to start a fight when he's out of the Zonyas. So uses the Zonyas, uses the ultimate, but none of his team is there to capitalize. So Dragon number 3 goes to the side of Conduit. They're up 1 now, so their Rain's gonna have to respect that they're on soul point for the rest of the game here. as we
Oh,
might.
here's Emperor, and he actually has to dash over the wall. Teleport coming in, and here's JJH. He actually decides to go for the cannon, and I don't know if that was the right call, as he's seen Emperor right behind him. He gets hit by the slicing maelstrom, and just like that, he goes down. Teleport coming in on the side for Smitty A. He's coming in. What's going to happen here as Emperor goes in? Squig getting super low. Squig looks like he's about to go down as he's healing, as he's trying to lifesteal, but ultimately he does go down. The Great Ninja stays alive with a little bit of maybe 50% HP. Emperor almost dead as well. They're able to pick up 2 kills, and they have about a 3k gold lead. Oh,
I didn't see.
Barrage, and it misses.
You say, why is Emperor like 1 HP here? He's actually gonna.
Oh my gosh!
Pop the GA.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Looks like Ain't Easy Being Cheesy just step in there as Smitty A actually goes in. Is he gonna be able to pick up the kill? No, he is not. And the hook actually lands, but it is on Cap Crusader. And oh my god, he has a flash. Look at that damage. They are so scary right now. Emperor, as well as KZ, Diesel, and Smitty, they're all doing so much damage right now.
Yeah, both Gabba Crusader and Genetics both had to flash there in that little kind of mini skirmish here in the mid lane. So it was weird. No kills going out, but a lot of summoner spells used, a lot of other cooldowns expended for that. So if there is a Baron fight in the near future, where I assume there will be, you can see Rain Gaming has 3 pink wards all in that area right now. You can see on the mini map. So. Baron fight probably imminent here, and we won't have a couple of key cooldowns on the side of the carries of Conduit Gaming here.
Yeah, and I do wonder if flashes will be up by that time when they do decide to fight, whether it be for the Baron or the Dragon. Smitty A's flash still has quite a bit of time. Emperor's flash is about halfway there. Very, very key summoners, especially whether it's on the offensive or defensive end. So we'll see how that pans out. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how these team fights go, because although Squig, he's 1-6-5, he is able to put out a decent chunk of damage. Event Horizon is always going to be a huge threat, as we see a hook come out from Ain't Easy Being Cheesy. There's the Event Horizon, there's the Everfrost, and there's the kill. JJH able to pick up Sonley. Good catch.
Good catch, and it's right before a potential Baron start here. Squig is in the bottom lane and has teleport available, and the Grey Ninja does not. So they would be able to have a numbers advantage here near the Baron if they would like. They could also just have Squig continue to split push here, because I think it's hard for Grey Ninja to kind of do anything. He has a Merc Treads and Spear of Visage here, so not a whole lot of damage coming out of the cannon, but it looks like we are going to start up the Baron here. TP ready on the side of Squig.
Yeah, and I think they're making the right call here, right? They know that the Great Ninja doesn't have TP, Event Horizon, and slowly he's able to walk out of the Event Horizon, able to walk out of the hook range, but it looks like they're going to be able to pick this up. And the reason why I think that this was a good call is because, like I was saying, they know Kennen has no TP, and a little bit earlier, while that scuffle was going on in the mid lane, KZ Diesel actually got poked out by Genetics and had to back. Because he had to back, and because Great Ninja was in the bot lane, they had 5 members top, 2 members on the side of Rain weren't there. Easy Baron take.
Easy Baron take, like you said. All set up here by the initial hook onto Sonley. Getting that kill on the Thresh meant they were able to walk in, get some vision first, set up that split push, and then, like we saw, take the Baron from there. And now is up to Conduit to use this Baron power play to make up some of this gold disadvantage that they have at the moment. Get some more map pressure, and they can look to pick up their Mountain Soul in a little less than a minute here.
Yeah, and we took a look at the gold a little bit earlier. It was looking a little bit dire, but just like that, they're now not behind by that much. So next team fight, if that goes their way, they're actually in the gold lead. So this Dragon Soul coming up, like you said, Jabba, if they are able to take this, they will be in a commanding lead. As Sonley actually getting caught out a little bit, having to use the box right before the Dragon. Key cooldown going out there now, so that's going to be something that Conduit's going to be able to take advantage of.
Going to be able to take advantage of this kind of map positioning that they have right now here too. It's going to be hard for Kennen and Diana to get in.
Okay, never mind. I got baited. I thought that was me, but it was just a clue. It was just a clue from the Malawi. I was going to say, what is that damage? As Sonley, he actually gets out from the Event Horizon. Squig is able to get out as well. Gets rooted up by the W. This is going to be interesting. Sonley actually hits a hook. He's not going to take it. Of course not. He does not want to int this. Cap Crusader just taking the traps. Doesn't want anybody to get blown up. And it looks like the dragon is up. Now, what are they going to decide to do? Are they going to try to decide to just burst it down very quickly? Low health bars on the side of Rain, as it looks like Smitty A is going in, but they're able to pick up the dragon. And nice hook and nice engage. Sonley, super low, getting hit by JJH, getting hit by Genetics. And Achilles taking Great Ninja, also goes down, takes a nice chomp out of him. Kappa Crusader does. And here's Emperor popping the Yomo's Ghost Blade, trying to cut it out. But take a look at JJH, and he says, oh, actually, here comes a flash. Here comes a heal as well from the Jin, trying to save him, but it doesn't even matter. He tried so hard, it didn't even matter, as he goes down as Genetics. What an absolute Chad! You might even call that a genetic diff. He's able to pick up the kill, and it looks like Conduit Gaming is able to pick up the ace, and looks like they'll be able to pick up at least an inhibitor.
Yeah, pick up the ace and crack the base here, it looks like. What I was trying to say before that team fight started, and it started so quickly, Conduit had really good positioning on the inside track on the Dragon Pit there, so it's hard for Diana to walk in without any vision. It's hard for Kennen to walk in and cast his ultimate without any vision, so they're able to kind of keep those ultimates at arm's length, and the carries are able to do enough damage, and it looks like we have another fight in front of the Nexus, but that's going to be game one just like that. Off the back of a really clean Baron take, off the back of another good Dragon team fight, keeping those big ultimates at arm's reach, Conduit take game number one here over Rain Gaming.
Man, what a game, Jabba. What a game. That was actually, if I'm being honest, that was probably the most fun game this season so far that I've watched, because it was so back and forth, right? And this is the first time that we really seen Conduit get tested like that, right? In terms of, I think the one game that they ended up losing, I think it was last week or the week before, it was kind of a stomp, right? They never really had a chance, but in this game, it looked like they were always right there, and they were able to take control of it. There were some questionable decisions in terms of the macro, like we said a little bit earlier, when they tried to go for that Rift Herald right before the Baron was about to spawn and things like that. Smitty A was able to get a snowball going. I think he started off the game 6-0 or 7-0, something insane like that. But they were able to slowly be able to scale up. We look at the Ezreal, we look at the Veigar. We always said from the beginning, the Event Horizon was going to be a threat, as well as Squig's ultimate, and it paid dividends in the end.
Yeah, like you said, Veigar just a really good pick when you have these champions like Rain had on their side, like Diana, like Kennen, things like that, where they have to like kind of just like run at you and press their ultimate, and you can't obviously when there's a Veigar in the game. You have to wait for him to use his cage, and by the time it's used and gone, most of the cooldown is back, and they have other things to kind of throw at you to kind of stop your engage. This is why I like when you have a Diana on your team, or when you have a Kennen, having some other like really good hard CC engaged, like something like an Ornn or like a Zac that can jump in there, or Sejuani to throw an ultimate from long range to start a fight. You need to have that alongside your Kennen or your Diana, so they don't just like I think we made this metaphor before, where you're the big brother putting your hand on the forehead of your little brother, just keeping them at arm's length so they can't do any damage. It's basically what it was. A perfect example of that in that last team fight where Diana tried to go in and had Dazania's right away, didn't really get a good ultimate off, and same with the Kennen. The Kennen ultimate hit Squig and Kappa Crusader, the two tankiest members on the team, and that's basically it. Then the Kennen died right away after that, and then after those team fight ultimates are used, it's just a bunch of squishy champions against a troll, so
Yeah, exactly. And we kind of mentioned it in draft, right? They had no true tank, Thresh being the only thing that could resemble a tank, and Graves, although he does get tankiness out of his passive, he went full damage, and you see it in the damage boards, he definitely did the most damage in the entire game, right? But with that being said, not having that tank might have actually screwed them over. But you know what? If I'm Rain, I'm actually not feeling too bad, because we had a chance, right? Rain's probably thinking we had a chance. We were in the lead. We were able to snowball our mid, snowball our jungle, counter jungle a lot, right? Kappa Crusader, somebody that typically we see as casters, we see him continuously gain advantages, even in the games that they're behind. But this is the first time where we've seen a huge gap in the beginning of the game between him against Emperor. And so if I'm Rain Gaming, I'm like, okay, we had the right idea. We were playing well. Maybe we just need to tweak one or two things, and maybe we can bounce back in game two.
Yeah, like you said, really good early game out from Rain Gaming here. You said the Diana started off 6-0, and there's really nothing more you can ask for the team fight champion to get one or two solo kills in the early to mid game there. So really good aggressive jungling, really good aggressive 2v2, 2v3 top sides that got Rain Gaming an early game advantage. But then, like you said, gotta transition it into the mid game, into the late game around those objectives. Being there first is something that I always, as a jungler myself, I always preach when I'm on playing in games and stuff. Like, we gotta be to these objectives first, earlier than you would expect. And we saw that Conduit were the ones to the dragons early, so they were able to set up their vision and kind of keep that perimeter around. So if the shoe's on the other foot and you have to try to face check a Kennen or face check a Thresh, face check a Diana, the game might have a different outcome. So we'll have to wait and see if there's any adaptations on the side of Rain Gaming as far as that goes.
Exactly, and we will see those adaptations hopefully in a couple minutes. We're going to be hopping into game 2 draft very, very soon, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, and when we are back, we're going to be hopping into the draft. See you soon.
All right, and welcome back, everybody. We're jumping into draft number 2 here for Conduit Esports versus Rain Gaming. Jumping into the first couple of bans here, we see Timo, Leona, and Kled all rejoin the ban list, along Victor. So far, all the same bans as game 1, it looks like.
I'm really interested. I wonder why they're banning the Timo. Like, is Squig just an absolute smurf on it or something? Like, or maybe Rain just doesn't want to play against it. Maybe they just don't like it. And finally, a team bans Ain't Easy Being Cheesy's Blitzcrank.
We've seen it in countless games. That means, what did they ban? Ziggs was left open. Okay, so they're going to first pick that one in response to there's Blitzcrank joining the bans now. Okay, so a bit of adaptation we're already seeing here from Rain. We'll have to see what Conduit do kind of in response to the new set of champions that are available.
Now, the Trundle is open. We'll see if they decide to put priority on that again for Cap Crusader. Looks like they're going to pick up the Ezreal here. Genetics absolutely smurfed on it in game number 1. So it makes sense to try to pick that up, have that range battle, him versus Ziggs in the bot lane. But instead, if it's not Trundle, we see the Poppy, another Cap Crusader signature.
It's another signature, and it's one of the champions that like isn't super like quote unquote meta right now. Like if you look at the jungle tier list, I don't think Poppy's even like on it. Right. So it is interesting to me that this is such a pick that he likes so much. Obviously, we see him play it all the time, and he always does fairly well on it. Also, it's not like just like I like Bobby because it's fun, but it's not really that good. He like actually does well on it a lot. So we're gonna see the Poppy in or the Graves into it here again here. So. Probably gonna have some value with the steadfast presence, putting that W up, that ring around her, giving her that movement speed, and also stopping dashes and jumps and things. So already both Ziggs and Graves have some sort of jump or dash or something, so can look to outplay with that button here. We'll have to see what else gets locked in response.
Ooh, and it looks like we're seeing an Ashe hover, and the Ashe does get locked in, which leads me to believe that this is actually going to be a mid lane Ziggs. Definitely interesting. And makes me think about how they're actually going to round out that bot lane now. With the Leona ban, I wonder who they're actually going to pair up with that Ashe as you see Set locked in. And that's a champion that we know Squig likes to play.
Yep, Squig likes to play. It's another button to help him get in there alongside the Poppy. You can even like throw somebody into the wall and then pick them up with the Zed, kind of hold them in place, then dunk them on the team if they try and coordinate that way too. But yeah, like you were saying, with the Ashe pick locked in, it looks like it's going to be Ziggs in the mid lane, which is obviously not weird, but Ziggs is really good and played a lot in the bottom lane right now, so you could have assumed that that's where that was going. So we'll, like we said, have to see what support gets locked in here. Probably I would like a frontline support just because we have three backline damage champions already here on the side of Rain. Look for some more engaged, some more beefiness, some more frontline.
Ooh, and it looks like a ban was missed.
We'll have to wait and see if there is yes, we're seeing Rakan was the last ban, so similar Similar to the last game, they want to get rid of that engage. We're kind of actually not bad right now, so really good engage and also very slippery, very hard to lock down. So taking that
Oh
off the
man.
table.
And just take a look at it, Jabba. Leona, Blitzcrank, Thresh, Morgana, Rakan. 5 support bands,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of respect going out to the support players on both sides, trying to really pinch that pool. So Nautilus is up. We know that Ain't Easy Being Cheesy likes to play those tanky engage hook champions. Thresh is gone, Leona's gone. Of course, Blitzcrank is gone. Does he decide to round it out with a Nautilus? No, we're gonna see the signature JJH Ari instead.
Yeah, it looks interesting that we're saving support for counter pick here on the side of Conduit. They want to see what the full bottom lane matchup is here before they lock in that support. In a lot of cases, for a lot of teams, your team comp is kind of swayed in one direction or another by your support pick. So if you want to, you can be drafting some sort of protect team fight comp, but then if you swap supports into like a more engaged style, you can go for more of an attack comp. So we'll have to wait and see what Conduit saves here. It looks like we're gonna go Ashe Lulu to round it out for Rain. Lulu very good right now. We'll have to see what we presume is the top lane pick here that is left for Rain. Could be could be Lulu solo lane. Then that is not unheard of also either. So.
Yeah, and we've already seen them play Diana mid, right? So they're no stranger to playing champions out of traditional roles per se, but it looks like the Renekton is going to be locked in. So we are going to see the Renekton on the top side, Lulu, Ashe in the bot. And I do like this, right? It's a little bit of an adaptation, as we said, we would like to see Rain Gaming do. They do have a little bit of a beef here. Remember now, Renekton, again, not a true tank, but he is going to be able to go into that front line and soak up some damage, pop his healing, pop his Gore Drinker.
Ooh, Sona is the lock-in for support here. Interesting. Not really the style of champion that we see Ain't Easy Being Cheesy on that frequently, but I'm interested because this is new Sona, so I don't know if people know. Sona has like this like stack building mini game that she has in her kit now. From what I've heard from support players and people who like crunch the numbers and stuff, Sona is actually like technically worse now. Because before, her stacks would build up just like as you leveled up your ultimate, so they would just like be just like static power increases throughout the game. But now technically with this new mechanic, you can fall behind and like not be at at level 6, you would be at this power level. But if you're not poking and not healing enough, you could be behind where you would have been normally at level 6 and 11 and 16. So in order to stay on pace where the Sona power level should be, you have to be building up those stacks by poking champions, obviously with your Q with that blue song, and then healing your allies with that green side. So we'll see if he can keep up the pace and be not useless. Because I've heard from others that Sona's kind of useless right now, but we'll have to wait and see.
Hey man, if there's anybody that can make us change our tune, it's gonna be the homie. Ain't Easy Being Cheesy. Let's see what he does on it. You already mentioned it, Jabba. It's not his traditional pick. It's not something that he's going to be engaging with, but you never know. Maybe with his R, when he uses his ultimate, he'll be able to get some picks that way. He's not going to be able to hook people in, but he'll be able to stun them from afar. So maybe he'll be able to have some good picks out like that. But overall, team comps are looking good. I like the adaptation that we see from Rain, and I do like to see a lot of signature champions again, right? The RE for JJH. Squig on the set, Cap Crusader on his Poppy. These are champions that we know that these guys like to play. We know that they can execute them very well. So it'll just come down to exactly that, right? Can they execute the game plan?
Looks good. We're gonna again wait for the spectator delay, so we will cut to a break. We'll be back in the game very shortly. I'm gonna hope OBS does not decide to crap the bed again. I apologize again to everyone in chat. I updated OBS and everything, and it's still maybe just cutting out every once in a while. So I will be quick to turn it back on if it does do that, but we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Can I get a praise in chat? And we will be back soon with game number 2.
You know I never
All right, and we should be back, everyone. Sorry again, my OBS decides to close itself every time we get into games, so I will be troubleshooting that in time for next week, I'm sure. The ticket's already been sent. Let's not dwell on it too much. We haven't missed anything yet. We're just going to start both on the bottom side of the map for junglers. We're going to look to fight over top Scuttle Crab because this top lane matchup I think is pretty spicy in the early game.
Yep, I also agree. The shield breaking effect on the side of Great Ninja going up against that incredible tankiness that is Squig should be a pretty volatile matchup. And I do want to point out that the keystone of choice for Cap Crusader is the Electrocute this time.
Interesting. We usually see Dark Harvest on the Poppy. He's going to be a bursty Yordle this time around. Some differences already we see in the jungle paths of our two players here. It's red and then skip everything else on the side of Emperor. He's on blue and Gromp now. Meanwhile, Kappa Crusader stopped and did 2 camps on the bottom side. So we'll see if he skips Raptors or goes straight to red. And it's going to go straight to red. So it's actually quick level 3 for both junglers. I would expect to see some 2v2 or jungle fighting action here in the next 30 seconds or so.
I completely agree, and let's see what they decide to do here. Are they both going to try to go for this top crab when it inevitably spawns? Are we going to see a fight break out there? Who's going to be able to rotate first? It looks like Great Ninja has full prio up there in the top side as we see Emperor just slowly trying to be cheeky, trying to get his way over there. Actually puts down the ward there to get some vision. There's some trading going in on the top side. The Great Ninja going in on Squig, but take a look at the W. He's able to trade it right back. It looks like they're going to be sitting at about the same amount of health. And Emperor actually invading here, doing what Graves likes to do. Lands a smoke screen as Cap Crusader tries to get him into the wall. Electrocute procs. Will he be able to take him down? It looks like JJH has first move, lands a charm, and Emperor actually has to flash out. Ignite also being used there, so nobody goes down. Summoner spells being used.
Yeah, both summoner spells there from JJH, Flash and Ignite, Flash from Smitty and Emperor. So a lot of things used for no one to go down there. Kappa Crusader really didn't want him in his jungle anymore. It ends up being they're going to split and both take opposite side Scuttle Crabs. It looks like they're going to actually try and collapse on Kappa Crusader here, but no, Redacted's walking back to lane now. So got the Scuttle Crab and he's out. Oh!
Nice charm by JJH. Beautiful. The satchel is still out. Will it be enough range? And it looks like it might be. The minefield does come out. He is pretty low as Great Ninja and Squig are trading back and forth. Squig in command and control there, forcing Great Ninja having to back up. Lulu actually does roam up into the mid lane as well, just to make sure that nothing else happens there. And looks like Smitty A is going to be able to get a safe recall back.
This is already a spicy early game, about as action-packed as it was in the first game, but there's no triple kill for Diana in the first 5 minutes or so here. So a lot of action, but still 0-0, a lot of summoner spells being used. Smitty A did back and then TP back to lane, so JJH is a bit stuck here in the mid lane without TP for himself. Gonna look to maybe get Kappa Crusader to come in here and relieve him from the lane, because you can see Smitty A has a full back, refillable potions, tier, and a biscuit. He can actually just sustain in this lane for a very long time. If JJH wants to reset without jungle help, he's gonna lose a lot of minions into the tower.
Yeah, and Squig actually playing this lane really well on the top side. Has a CS lead, has a wave pushed into the tower. We've seen Great Ninja wanting to take it back. Now, keep in mind, Great Ninja does have TP, so most likely will look to reset after this wave here. And Squig will be able to maintain his TP advantage since the wave is here. He'll be back after this wave and just be able to walk back.
Yeah, Renekton doing Renekton things in the early game was able to push Squig underneath the tower, but since Squig is on the set, has that passive health regeneration, is able to get favorable push back into the Great Ninja, who is forced to TP, like you said. He's back now.
Yeah, he is back now, and he is taking a trade, but take a look at the grid, all stacked up. Is he going to look for the kill here? Dodges the true damage, and he had to TP back, and he's already super low, but Squig, everything on cooldown, gonna have to respect it, gonna have to step back a little bit. Both champions will be able to regen. Refillable potion on the side of Great Ninja. He's going to be looking to heal as they both hit 6. Ultimate is popped from Great Ninja. He's looking to take him down. Oh, he actually dodges and the ultimate comes out. The flash goes out as well. Is he going to be able to live? The Great Ninja looks like he's going to try to chase after him, but he's not going to be able to. These top laners are after some ruthless aggression.
After some ruthless aggression, indeed. You saw at the beginning that first initial fight, as soon as Great Ninja came back with the teleport, Squig won the fight when the Great Ninja had an entire pickaxe over him. Right. So, like, Squig is playing this very well. We can see his mastery on this set pick here. He's going to come back to lane, probably with teleport now. Has a Kindle Gem and boots in the inventory, so not the... I think he would usually try to go for the pickaxe Iron Spike whip start on the set here, but he wants to have that health, have that move speed to be able to run away and engage when there's potential jungle ganks, be a little bit more healthy, so going for this item choice instead.
And it looks like it's interesting. So we've seen Kappa Crusader actually roam up to the top side, pick up some farm for himself, pick up some EXP, and hold the wave. So that way Squig actually doesn't have to commit his TP. So he does lose a little bit. He is a little bit behind in farm, but he does have TP advantage. So it leads me to believe that it looks like we might be seeing a play bot fairly soon.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that, so good call on that. Get a little bit of XP on Kappa Crusader there. Jungler's always nice when the laner says, hey, come tax my lane for me. He's like, yes, sir, I'll be right there.
Exactly.
So it holds the wave, gets some minions, gets some XP, and then, yeah, exactly what you were saying. The important part there is Squig is back in lane, has his buy, and still has his teleport. So if there is a fight in the bottom lane here, we can look to have a teleport since Squig is the only one with teleport up and available in the game right now. JJH doesn't have it, obviously has the Ignite on the Ahri, but Ahri can roam fairly effectively with that ultimate with the move speed, so we could look to see a fiesta in the bottom lane potentially.
Yeah, nice poke coming out. Janek's already doing a good amount of damage as Great Ninja just goes in, does the Renekton trade that is not balanced that everybody says why Renekton should be nerfed, but it is what it is. That's just a champion. That's how he's always been for years and years and years. But we see some action going on in the bot lane here. Charm actually comes out as Smitty goes all the way down to half HP. Looks like they kind of wanted to start something here for the Dragon, as JJH is actually just going to have to use his ultimate. And Easy being cheesy is also chunked out here. 50% HP, not yet level 6 either, so doesn't have the ultimate on deck. What does Rain decide to do here?
They do have a bit of a EXP lead in the bottom lane. You can see Ashe has the ultimate ready.
Yeah, has the ultimate ready, and once again, Great Ninja just trading, just trying to soften him up a little bit, but the wave is going to be coming back towards Squig, and looks like he's going to be playing on the defensive for now. As you see on the bot side, looks like Emperor and his team are going to be trying to pick up this Dragon, and it looks like Conduit Esports are just going to concede this one. The first Infernal should go to the side of Rain, and hold on, Great Ninja going for the all-in. Oh, what a combo from Squig! He actually ults him straight into the tower here, but keep in mind, Great Ninja still has ulti. He might be able to pop the ulti and dive him. Does he decide to do it? Maybe not. Wants to play it safe, and man, this is a back and forth affair, but Squig is actually down 20 CS.
Yeah, like we said before, Renekton doing Renekton things in that lane bully role has the item advantage too, with the going for the pickaxe early into the whip, has the just like easier time pushing the wave on the Renekton with these items. So better to manipulate the wave with, gets that CS lead. It was a good ultimate like you said, but it's another aggressive play. Ooh.
Yeah, and the flash actually having to be used there. So Squig now in a disadvantageous position as we see Ziggs actually up here with ultimate. We'll see if he decides to chuck that thing over there. Maybe not. Looks like they just want to get this red buff stolen, and it looks like they're going to be able to successfully do it. But look, the support pings come out, and there's Kappa Crusader. It looks like he might be caught. But in the bot lane, we just see some basic trading right now, and on the top side, we see a teleport coming in. Kappa Crusader actually gets the knockup, the charge into Grey Ninja into the wall. He actually gets charmed from JJH, and there's the first blood. Emperor gonna have to try to disengage now. The satchel comes out, actually pushes JJH a little bit closer. Charm should be off cooldown relatively shortly. They're going to try to continue this chase. Kappa Crusader is on the flank and does get the stun. And that should be an easy charm and an easy kill for JJH. Emperor has to ult. Emperor has to flash just to get out of there. And they're continuing this assault. They're continuing the chase. And JJH should have the charm back up and ready. He actually lands it. And just like that, oh boy, Kappa Crusader picks up the kill. That's 3-0 for the side of Conduit Esports.
A really good fight, really good collapse. Squig was in a pretty bad spot, like you said before. Got traded into the tower. Great Ninja, using his advantage, got him really low, but he was able to back and use that teleport. Like we said, he had that advantage. So good early game play on the Capra Crusader to kind of hold that wave for him several minutes ago to make sure that he had this advantage now several minutes into the future, had that teleport. So they used that team fight win, transition it into a Rift Herald take. 3 kills up, 1 dragon down, so Rain does have that as an advantage for themselves here, but a potential huge gold swing in the near future for Rift Herald if or for Conduit if they use the Rift Herald in the right way.
Oh, and it looks like they paused the game here, but I think it is going to be a short pause. I guess this will give us an opportunity to just chat about what exactly is going on. So Squig, once again, down in CS, but playing a selfless role as we see the pause ending here. Selfless role, it's something that he is known to be doing for this team, right? He doesn't have to be the one to carry. He could be the one to soak up damage. We've seen him do it on the set before, and it looks like he's going to be doing it this game as well. Great Ninja looks to just assert dominance and say, no, you're not destroying my ward.
Yeah, exactly like you said. Down in CS, but set always pretty useful as the game goes on, especially if the Grand Ninja on the Renekton gets really tanky, has all that bonus stats. It just makes it a bigger target to dunk onto the Ziggs and the Ashe with his ultimate. So Set always has really good utility, so it doesn't really matter if he's behind. Obviously, he would love to not be 40 CS down, but he's going to make it work like we've seen him do before. Emperor on the Graves here again has another big CS lead on Capra Crusader. As we see some more fighting in the bot lane.
Oh, and nice ult from 8 Easy being cheesy, as Sonley is actually going to have to flash. And it looks like they might be able to set up a dive here as Capra Crusader is wrapping around the bot side. They're shoving this bot wave in. It's a full bot wave here. Looks like they should be able to get Sonley. Now keep in mind, Sonley does have the wild growth. The heal actually comes out. TP coming out as well. They summon up the Rift Herald. They're going to be able to take some tower plates as Genetics is slowed up a little bit by the W from the Ashe. What's going to happen here is Squig takes a little bit of chunk, takes a little bit of damage, and it looks like it's a stalemate. Ultimately, the Rift Herald just getting some plate gold into the pockets of Capra Crusader. Capra Crusader still here. Sonley in a pretty good position. And it looks like nothing else is going to happen from that.
Yeah, they were able to thwart off the dive. The teleport from Great Ninja made Conduit hesitate just a little bit, even though Squig was able to walk up with the set, use his E, and cancel the teleport, so the Great Ninja didn't actually arrive in the bottom lane.
As the flash comes in and KZ Diesel actually is unable to chase there, and ain't easy being cheesy. He actually survives. The sliver of life, Sonley here going to clear out some vision, and it looks like KZ Diesel is going to take it back. But take a look at the
Crusader's still here.
Crusader. He's still here. Wild Growth comes out. Blast Cone is available, but he says, oh, I'm going to take you for a ride. And he comes with him as well. They're able to pick up the kill and take a look at KZ Diesel. He had to cancel his back. The wave is coming in. It's a cannon wave, and he's standing right by the wall. Does he not know how Poppy works? I guess not, as an easy kill is donated over to Genetics.
Yeah, he knew they were gonna try and dive him again there. Obviously, since Sonley on the Lulu isn't there to help protect him, but the wave wasn't in a good spot, so he thought he had enough time to sit there and back because the wave wasn't there yet. But they don't know how big of a Chad Capra Crusader actually is, so he's just gonna tank up that tower, get the easy CC to keep him in place for Genetics to hit the Mystic Shot on the Ezreal there. So good play on him. He spent a lot of time in this bottom jungle, so obviously Emperor has a 30 CS lead on him now just because he wasn't really farming any of his camps during that. But like you said, Squig was doing Capra Crusader as well, playing that selfless role. Doesn't matter that his camps are getting counter jungled. He's losing in CS if he can get kills on his carries.
Yeah, and on the top side, both top laners do not have TP as they're trading, and we see this dragon being started up. It is going to be a 4v4. Both sides have ultimates. Both sides have summoners. The smite goes down. Capra Crusader is able to pick it up. Emperor here actually gets chunked as... Oh, but take a look at the ultimate. But is it going to be enough? No, it's not. As A Easy being cheesy actually goes down. It's sniped up from the backside from Smitty A. Maybe using that ultimate a little bit too late. Unable to actually capitalize on it. Sonley was able to live, and they're able to take a kill back, although they lose the second Drake of the game.
Lose second Drake of the game, so we are tied up in the Drake score. For now, it was a really good ultimate from Ain't Easy Being Cheesy, but JJH and Genetics were getting zoned off a little bit. The Ahri was pretty low HP. She didn't really want to commit any further for the risk of going down as well. it is a good disengaging ultimate, we'll call it as now, since he helps get his team out to safety with that. As we see a good stun onto Emperor.
Yeah, amazing stun and nice a follow-up from Genetics as well. We already knew that Emperor is going to be extremely aggressive. We know that he wants a counter jungle. It's something that he did all of game 1. He's been doing all of game 2. Getting a little bit greedy there. His bot lane actually trying to get that wave in and take a reset. He thought that he would be able to counter jungle it, but on the side of Conduit Esports, they were able to bounce back. And here on the top side, set ultimate coming out, grid starting to stack up. Ultimately, nothing is going to come from it. And Jabba, it's so interesting because we see this top lane being so volatile, them fighting back and forth, and they actually have a dive. But wait, hold on, I spoke too soon as Grey Ninja actually, hold on, what an outplay! What an outplay, Squig, you absolute beast! You love to see it. This is a guy that has the cojones of a god. Oh my gosh, at moments like these, I wish we had a replay, but what an amazing turn of events. He knew he had the grid stacked up. He knew that Grey Ninja had ultimate and he would try to dive him, and he just played it slow. He played it patiently, and he was able to outplay him under tower. As Sonli trying to get a little bit of action going here, but he actually gets caught out. Smitty gets charmed, and it looks like they're going to go in, and Ain't Easy being cheesy sings that tune. I'm sorry, that's not Seraphine. Plays that tune, and they're able to pick up another kill.
I'm actually just dumbfounded at that play in the top lane. I am absolutely speechless.
I love Squig, man.
it looked pretty good from Grey Ninja. Grey Ninja did it well. He got the ultimate and the Haymaker out of Squig, and he thought he had a timing to go in for it, so he uses the ultimate and the flash stun. Usually a really good guaranteed kill for Renekton, even underneath the tower, but Squig on the set, knows the limits of his champion, knows what he can do, has a great stun, uses his whip passive as well as the W, probably like off cooldown since he had it up so soon. He probably was just spamming that button, and then the best part was the flash to reposition himself around the tower to just had the fade away tower shot to get the kill there. And then, like you said, Squig getting the solo kill 1v1 underneath the tower, and Conduit winning in the jungle of Rain Gaming near that mid lane tower. So wins all across the board for Conduit in this early game. A bit of a stop compared to the game previous, where it was a bit back and forth here in the early game. 3,000 or so gold lead, tied up in dragons, but a 7 kill lead here for Conduit. Doing well, looking to fight over this next dragon in a little less than 2 minutes or so. We didn't even mention that it's Ocean Soul, so both teams want to fight over this prize.
Really, really good point. And it looks like they're fighting once again, but Squig getting really low. Unfavorable trade there. Wave is going to be shoving towards him, so it'd be smart for him to just back up and play it safe. But it looks like Emperor realizes that they have full prio top side, and they're going to look to rotate. Maybe try to take this Rift Herald here. The main objective here is Dragon is still going to be down, and it looks like shutdowns on the side of Cap Crusader, JJH, and Genetics. They're going to want to have to hang on to those. We'll see when they decide to have another big team fight.
Yeah, it looks like Rift Herald might be the focus here. They have rotated Genetics up here into the mid lane, while KZ Diesel pushes one more wave in the bottom lane and is now walking up now. So a lot of members in and around the middle lane right now. So it looks like we might fight over this Rift Herald. A little less than a minute on the Dragon now, though. We've killed enough time to where that is a real thing to go for next. But it looks like Rift Herald is already about half HP. I think Emperor was on it for a bit here, but saw members of Conduit roaming up and decided to back off for now. Conduit has a lot of vision in that area of the map right now, and JJH is clearing some vision right now on the Dragon, it looks like, on the mini-map. So really good vision actually across the entire map here for Conduit. They can kind of pick what objective they want for now.
What a charm! JJH, is he going to be able to follow up with the kills? We see some trading going up on the top side. Wild Growth comes out. KZ Diesel trying to protect his brother. Sonli does get out, but now Sonli doesn't have that key cooldown for when the Dragon is about to be up. Emperor and Smitty A here on this top side. They're going to want to get down there, as we see JJH is already down there and throws out the support ping. He's like, guys, come on, let's do this. They're chunked. They have no cooldowns. The rest of the team is starting to walk down here. Are we going to see a fight, or are we going to see them simply concede it? We see both top sides having TP here, so we might be able to see a 5v5 as Grey Ninja engages onto Squig here. Squig decides to trade back, misses his Iron Spike whip, and it looks like, I am correct on that, it does look like Rain Gaming is going to concede the second Dragon and maybe just trade it for mid tower here.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted to go for the Rift Herald, but it's a similar situation to last game where they tried to start it a little bit too late, and Baron spawned in the middle of them trying to take it. So instead they look to go through mid, but it looks like they're going to get caught out.
Yeah, they get caught out, and the polymorph actually comes out way too early. Good ultimate as well from A Easy Being Cheesy as Kappa Crusader is able to pick up the kill. Looks like they're going to continue the chase. Good poke coming up from Genetics.
Here
Songling
comes
getting low.
Poppy.
Smitty A is actually in a pretty awkward situation. Why would he walk that way, and why would he separate himself from the team? I do not know. It baffles scientists to this day. It's Emperor tries to hit the plants, tries to heal up, but it doesn't even matter as JJH is able to pick him up with the Ignite. Another hit into the wall. Kappa Crusader. Oh my goodness. You are absolute god. The charm tries to come out, misses as Great Ninja's under the tower now. He's the only one left, the only one surviving, and it looks like Conduit Esports are in commanding lead of this game, Jabba.
Yeah, a couple of macro misplays is actually Squig. His back is stopped here, but I don't think he can get a kill onto the Great Ninja here. But yeah, like we were saying before, a macro misstep going for the Herald a little too late, and then it was another macro misstep kind of staying around the mid lane tower a little too long that allowed...
Yeah, they didn't even get it.
They didn't get it. They allowed Conduit to get the Dragon and walk up to kind of get that inside track on them. So it forced Rain Gaming to walk at that awkward angle, and then we saw Smitty A get caught out by the Poppy, as well as several other kills go onto the side of Conduit. We can see a 1-12 lead here on their side. Really good map movements around in and around the Dragon Pit and the mid lane for Conduit this game, kind of punishing the mistakes that they themselves made in the previous game that Rain happened to make in this one. So not a single tower going down on the side of Conduit yet. Two are very low, but yeah, slow to react, I would say, from Rain Gaming in the last few minutes of this one that give Conduit their big lead.
Yeah, and it's really apparent, right? I shouldn't have to point it out. You mentioned it perfectly, Jabba. It's 12-1, but 307 on Kappa Crusader, 402 on JJH, 303 on Genetics. These are the people that you want to have the kills, and these are the people that have the kills. They're in a very, very commanding lead. And Easy Being Cheesy speeding up there. Now, remember, he does have his ultimate available. He can look to do something here as JJH looks to roam up top. Are they going to try to find anything on the bot side here? We do see Emperor looking to clear out some vision. A Squig might actually get caught out. He might just hit the blast cone. Yes, he does. Just gets that out of the way. It doesn't look like anything is going to come from it.
This is... Oh, actually, Squig might be caught out here as Emperor walks down, but he's just, like, so tanky. Kappa Crusader's in here.
But Cap Crusader knows that Emperor is going full damage and has no tank stats. And just like that, they're able to pick up the kill. Squig comes over and cleans that one up. I like it. You've seen the patience from Cap Crusader. He knew. He had the vision. He knew that Emperor was down there, played it extremely slow, and oh my god, he's actually unstoppable. That was the perfect thing that the in-game commentator said right there. Absolutely unstoppable is JJH. Instantly blown up and into another wall. Smitty A is unable to use Satchel. And Kappa Crusader is on a rampage. This is carnage, Jabba. Carnage.
It's just like that. It's a 15-1 lead. This is a strange game to see that if you were to look at just the CS numbers right now, you would see a 50 CS lead for Grey Ninja and a 20-ish CS lead in the jungle. You would not think that Rain Gaming is losing this game. But
yeah, exactly. And as we see Squig bullying the Renekton now, have the turns tabled. He's able to now bully him.
This is just a testament to anyone out there who thinks that like it's a win lane win game type of scenario in these types of games. This is absolutely not the case, as we see.
And again, Kappa Crusader, man, you know what? I rated Kappa Crusader. I rate it because he's probably thinking like, Emperor, you've been in my jungle all game in game 1. You've been in my jungle all game in game 2. You know what? I don't need camps. I don't need to farm jungle camps. I'm going to farm you. And that's exactly what he's doing right now, Java.
Like you said, they're continuing to take towers all the way across the map. Kappa Crusader solo killing people left and right. You see another kill potentially here in the top lane. He's actually...
Another kill! As Kappa Crusader, he's actually going to get taken down, and shutdown does go to Smitty A. And if there's anybody that you want to get the shutdown, it's definitely Smitty A, because we know how crazy Ziggs can get once he gets accelerated, once he gets some shutdowns, once he gets some gold. But ultimately, he's just smurfing right now. Kappa Crusader is having a ton of fun as JJH actually gets picked up by Emperor, ulting in, taking tower shots, getting slowed up by KZ Diesel, maybe overstaying his welcome.
Okay, so it's a 2 quick ints on the side of Conduit here, so it's a lot of shutdown going over to the side of Rain. It looks like they're actually gonna, because of those 2 deaths, Rain's gonna have a bit of a position here on the Dragon, but maybe not.
Because the polymorph comes in and the flash straight into Squig's arms. He's like, oh, you waiting for me, baby? Let me take you for a ride and let me pick up this kill. And maybe I'm speaking a little bit too early because the polymorph comes back and Emperor's over here on the side with Great Ninja. And he's like, take me for a ride? Nah, yeah, you took me for a ride straight into my team. And then I get sniped by the True Shot Barrage on the back end. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. And it looks like this dragon is going to be started up by Conduit Esports. Now, it wonders... sorry, I'm wondering what they're going to do here. The poke is coming out from Smitty A as well. Looks like the Leandri's burn is putting on some pretty good damage here onto Genetics. Cap Crusader actually goes over the wall. Look. Oh, I am stumped over my words. That was absolutely nasty. He did that in a blink of an eye as a charm comes out, as the ultimate comes out from JJH, as the kill comes out for JJH onto Emperor. They're able to pick up some quick kills just like that. Quick trigger fingers on the side of Crapper Crusader, quick trigger fingers on the side of JJH, and quickly taking this third dragon of the game.
Yeah, it looked like Rain Gaming might have an inside track because they got those 2 random shutdowns on the side of Crapper Crusader and JJH, but because it took them a bit to get near the dragon, and they're still pretty behind even with those 2 members being down. It was hard for them to just walk in and brute force down the Drake. It took too long. They got the respawns, and the very far ahead, very farmed up the fat wallets of Conduit Gaming get back onto the map, and they get 2 more quick kills like that. So since they get Emperor down, there's no contest for the Drake. They get that one. It's 3-1 here on the side of Conduit. 2 Ocean Drakes. They're on soul point for that Ocean Soul, and they're going to start up the Baron 27-ish minutes into this game.
Yeah, they're starting up the Baron, and keep in mind, Set is pushing that bot wave. He does have TP available. KZD's on Sonley trying to come up here. Looks like everybody here is on the top side, but it looks like the charm goes down. The Wild Growth has to be used on Sonley himself as a TP coming in. It looks like Squig is like, I want some of the action, baby, as he gets instantly stunned up and he gets instantly chunked by the Ziggs. And look at him assert his dominance. Tries to chase him down. JJH, will he be able to land the charm? He does land the charm. He gets an enhanced damage, and the snipe from Genetics from downtown. He's able to pick up another one of those kills. It's almost like every single time we see Genetics playing Ezreal, he picks up one of those snipes, and it looks like they should be able to get this Baron pretty easily.
Yeah, they were starting the Baron, and then the call was to turn and fight. They get 2 more kills, and now they can turn right back onto it here. Grey Ninja fancies himself a fight, does flash forward, but good flash in response by JJH. They're still not doing the Baron. They want to kill people instead.
Yeah, they definitely want to kill people. Maybe a little bit too much aggression on the side of Great Ninja. I wonder if they wrap around on him now and say, hey, you trying to mess with my girl? I'm going to mess with you. But looks like he is able to get out of there. Facebreaker not quite hit on the side of Squig, but the ult does hit as he goes straight into the back line, taking tower shots, getting slowed up by KZ Diesel. But it looks like he's just going to be able to walk out, and it looks like he will be able to live.
It's like it's a bit of an overstay here for Conduit. I think they're trying to make this Baron play last a little bit too long. You can see on the side of Conduit, all their health bars fairly low, and Emperor has respawned. Diesel is low on mana, but has full HP, so I think Conduit should look to reset here. They're all pretty low, and they don't have that much, like, their Baron damage isn't the greatest with, like, Ahri Ezreal. It's not bad, but
right.
They should heal up a little bit first, and it looks like they are doing so. Several people are resetting right now, so I'm sure that is not the last of the Baron dance for this game, but we're going to look to get some more items under our belt here. We see the JJH special on the Ahri, the Horizon Focus second, immediately into the hat here, so going to be pumping out all the damage, like right here.
Oh my god, JJH being extremely aggressive, gets polymorphed here. Didn't quite see Sonley. Ultimate comes out on the side of Graves, but able to live. The arrow comes out, does get stunned. Genetics does that at least, and looks like JJH is going to be able to walk away with his life.
Yeah, very squishy still. This is the lethality Graves build that we saw the last game here. I don't know if it's the greatest build when there's like a Poppy and a Set on the enemy team. Like, you're probably going to be hitting them more often than not. Obviously there he was fighting against JJH, so it looked good there, fighting against a squishy target. But if Conduit is playing their team fights correctly, it's going to be Squig and Capra Crusader up in your face, and the lethality is not going to be the greatest against those beefier, those tankier members. So, better build choice, I think, could have came out of Emperor here. I really like the crit lifesteal build, you can just stay in the fights for so long, and I think doing that alongside your Renekton is the key to victory here. But it's a little too late for that. We're gonna see Grey Ninja split pushing in the bottom lane. They get their first tower of the game. A little bit.
Okay, there you go.
A little bit late for that one, but the standing gold on the map is up and available. This is
what a catch.
yeah.
JJH absolutely picking up Smitty A. Can't even be mad at Smitty A there. You know, he's just trying to get a little bit of vision down, and unfortunately they're there first, and they're able to get the charm, and JJH able to pick up the kill. And, you know, we said a little bit of Baron dancing going on. Looks like a little bit of Baron taking going on as they're able to take it down. And on the bot side, Grey Ninja is continuing that push.
So they conceded. It's interesting. Grey Ninja's behavior suggests that they communicated, all right, we're just gonna give the Baron, we'll try to wait it out and give it later. But then why is Smitty H kind of walking up into the Baron area without any vision? If you communicated with your team that we're gonna give the Baron, don't walk over there and give them a kill also, you know what I mean? Try to clear out some vision if you can do so safely. Otherwise, reposition yourselves on the bottom side of the map. The enemy team has soul point. Invest your resources in stopping that instead of walking over and giving them a kill.
So Polymorph comes out, so that cooldown is now gone as Cap Crusader looking towards Emperor's. Emperor actually goes directly over the wall and says, oh, hell nah, I'm not dealing with you two. Now, keep in mind, Jabba, it is soul point here. Are they going to try to contest this? They do have Baron, so if they just concede, TP is coming out here. Okay, so they are committing the TP on the side of Smitty 8. They are going to try to fight for this dragon, but take a look at Squig on the backside. And here's Smitty 8 chunking bombs into the dragon pit and chunking Cap
just
Crusader
like that.
a little bit.
Ocean
He is
Soul.
able to get it, and Ocean Soul, exactly right, Jabba. As they turn on to Emperor, Emperor goes down. Genetics is able to pick up the kill. Diesel cuts back to the tower, able to dodge Squig, but it looks like he will just get dove here as Squig is slowly walking towards him, menacingly approaching him as Diesel gets absolutely popped. JJH is on a killing spree. They have the wave here. They have the Baron buff. Grey Ninja trying to retreat. Will they be able to push this bot side? But take a look at Ezreal chasing down Smitty A. Smitty A trying to get out of here. Uses the satchel. He's continued to walk away. Will he be able to get away? If I was him, I'd just throw that. Oh no, he already used the satchel. I was gonna say try to get that tower, but he's continuing the run. He's continuing to get away. But the turn, the heal comes out, but it doesn't even matter as Genetics is able to pick up the kill and Conduit Esports is able to pick up the inhibitor. Are they going to be able to pick up the game, Jabba? The charm comes out, and it looks like the engage comes out as well as Grey Ninja has to retreat back into the base. Thank God for Starling for the wild growth, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The charm comes out as soon as Emperor spawns, and as soon as he spawns, he's going to have to go back into his fountain. Grey Ninja gets absolutely popped, and it looks like Conduit Esports is going to end the game and going to start their season undefeated 4-0.
4-0 on the side of Conduit Esports here, taking it 2-0 over Rain Gaming. A bit of a stomp, I'll have to say, for game number 2 here. The first game was very close. Rain Gaming got off to a really quick start, really fast start from their mid jungle duo, but this game was just kind of lane kingdom. I can't even say it was lane kingdom. Top lane was up 50 CS at one point. Jungle had like a 5 camp lead, 30 CS, something like that. But this is just a perfect example of League of Legends is not a win lane, win game type of game all of the time.
Yeah.
If you have the proper team synergy, if you have the proper communication and the map movements and the objective control, it apparently doesn't matter if you're down 50 CS to a Renekton. If you just play the team fights well, you know your champion, you can turn around dives underneath your tower when you're down an item and a half, or you can, fight against his full damage Graves who's up 5 camps on you because your teammates are there. It's a team game through and through. Perfect example here coming out from Conduit. Not letting their mistakes get the better of them, learning from them, and doing just an overall great job in this series.
Yeah, I completely agree. And again, the Graves, he had that advantage early on, as you said, Job. He was able to counter jungle, was able to get that CS lead. But again, maybe a different build might have been a better choice. I do understand maybe having the idea of wanting to go the lethality, go the Eclipse, go the Serpent's Fang because of all the shielding, right? On the set, the Poppy built Sterix Gauge as well. You have the Sona giving everybody shield. So I do understand that. But with that being said, again, other than the Renekton not really having that front line, we've seen it time and time again. Emperor getting absolutely blown up. You're going up against an Electrocute Poppy now. I know, I don't blame you. I don't see Electrocute Poppy either that often, but she does a ton of damage. And once that jungler goes down, it's so hard to get those key objectives. And you know what? At the end of the day, although Cap Crusader was down in farm, the objectives took over and the team fights ultimately took over, and that's how Conduit took over this series.
There were still some good plays coming out from Rain. I don't want to completely give all the praise and accolades to Conduit here. Rain did have a really
Yeah,
good game in game one.
he did. Well, the team did, yeah.
They played around their team fights ultimates really well in the first game, got off to an early dragon lead, and were able to kind of snowball in the early game. There were just a few mistakes here and there that allowed Conduit to kind of crawl their way back into this one. And even on the side of Rain here, they were behind for a lot of the game, but there were still a lot of good decisions being made. When they knew they were behind, they decided to have the Grey Ninja split push and get a tower or two in the bottom lane when Conduit was taking the Baron. They knew to cut their losses at that point, and that just takes some heads up, some humility out of the players to like, all right, we're going to lose this, but we can at least get some of these other advantages back here. So good things on the side of both teams here. Really fun series to watch. Like you said before, Conduit going up 4-0 in the Blue Otter League with this win. That puts them, they were at the start of today, they were at the top of the standings for this group, and they remain in first place here for the Blue Otter League Week 4. So congratulations to the members of Conduit Esports.
Yeah, 100% completely agree with you, Jabba. Congratulations to them. And again, I also want to give my kudos to Rain Gaming. Great Ninja on that cannon in game one. Those slicing maelstroms are really good. Emperor's playstyle did work in that game one as well. Unfortunately, it didn't work out here. But yeah, overall, they had a valiant effort. I said it in that game one. That was probably my most fun game that I've seen so far this season out of all of Conduit's games. That was probably my most fun game to cast as well. So they put up a great fight. And I really hope that Rain Gaming continues to keep this upward trajectory. And, hopefully they'll be able to pick up some more wins. And maybe we'll see them put out some damage up against Conduit later on, maybe in playoffs or anything like that, right? So overall, good thing on both sides. Conduit though 4-0. We will see if they can continue this undefeated streak, job. I don't know. I don't want to curse it. I thought I cursed it last week, brother. But no, they got the 2-0. They are undefeated. And thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for everybody that's tuned in and has been enjoying the casting from me and Jabba as well. We will be back next week when we will see if Conduit Esports can go 5-0. You do not want to miss it. Make sure to follow me. Make sure to follow Jabba. Our links are down below. Just go ahead and scroll. You'll find our Twitters. Go ahead and follow us. We tweet out when the games are going live, probably around the same time next week, Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And we will see you then. And we will see if Conduit can go up 5-0.
Thanks, guys. Take care.